Evil Dead, 2013. The abomination's arrival. It's not just the blood. It's the sheer, unrelenting pain that makes this scene unforgettable. Imagine you've just gone through something horrible, buried alive and digging your way out, only to face something even worse. Mia, the main character, is standing in a rain of blood, surrounded by the remains of her friends. But just when she thought things can't get any worse, the ground breaks open and the abomination comes out, a terrifying monster born from all the evil around. In this intense and gruesome finale, the scene reaches its peak, and Mia is forced into a brutal fight for survival. She ends up using a chainsaw to sever the abomination's limbs before ultimately splitting its head in half. This death scene is particularly memorable for its use of practical effects, the relentless violence, and the overwhelming sense of pain and terror, making it one of the most visceral death scenes in modern horror. But if you thought that was gruesome, wait until you see what's coming up next. Number 4. Hostel Part 2, the chop-off scene. This scene is not for the faint of heart. Stuart, one of the elite hunters, gets a taste of his own medicine in the most gruesome way imaginable. After Beth, the would-be victim, manages to overpower him, she exacts her revenge in a shocking and brutal manner. She slices off his genitals with cold precision, but the horror doesn't stop there. Beth then takes things even further by feeding the severed parts to the guard dogs, who devour them hungrily while Stuart is left writhing in agony and disbelief. The sheer brutality and psychological horror of this act, seeing the predator reduced to prey in such a visceral and humiliating way, cements this scene as one of the most unforgettable and boundary-pushing moments in horror cinema. But all that is nothing compared to the next on the list. 3. Final Destination 3. Tanning Bed Inferno. Final Destination is known for its creative kills, but the tanning bed scene takes the cake. As two friends lay down for a relaxing tan, a series of small, seemingly insignificant events led to one of the most horrific deaths in the franchise. The heat turns up, the beds lock shut, and we're forced to watch as they're slowly roasted alive with excruciating slowness. It's the suffocating sense of inevitability that makes this scene so hard to watch. Number 1. Saw the 3. The Rack. No list of brutal deaths would ever be complete without Saw. The Rack, one of Jigsaw's most notorious traps, is a masterclass in psychological and physical torture. In this scene, the victim is captured and placed in one of Jigsaw's most twisted and excruciating traps, known as the Rack. Bound by metal restraints, his limbs are positioned in a horrifying contraption designed to twist and contort his body beyond the limits of human endurance. As the device slowly begins its merciless operation, the man realizes the grim reality. Each limb will be grotesquely rotated. One by one, with bone-snapping precision. The terror in his eyes is matched only by the escalating tension in the room, as you are forced to confront the sheer brutality of Jigsaw's twisted sense of justice. The rack trap isn't just a test of survival. It's a brutal, agonizing symphony of pain that crescendos as the victim's screams echo, each one more desperate than the last, until the final devastating twist. The tension, the anticipation of what's coming next, and the horrifying realization that there's no way out make this one of the most brutal and unforgettable death scenes in movie history. Stay safe, and maybe leave the lights on tonight.